Hey, we are going. Oh, I'm so good at this, guys. I'm so good. There we go. I did the last thing I need to do. Little do not disturb sign on my door. So today we are building up. Love it when I turn it the right way. Kamen Rider Double Cyclone Joker. Not gonna lie, favorite like tension device design is the double driver. The lost driver, and then it turns like you get two lost drivers and stick them together, make the double driver. It's really cool, and like it has some of my favorite forms. Double Extreme Gold is probably one of my favorite suit designs. I just absolutely adore this massively over. Okay, music cut out for a second. I'm gonna be concerned there. Up, might turn up a little just so it doesn't get cut off as easily. All right, that should be a bit better. Alrighty. So we are going to get stuck straight into it. So this thing does have a lot of decals, but it's not a Gundam. I'm willing to be a bit more forgiving, especially since a lot of these parts are meant to be like you put on different decals for what form you want him to be in, because of the absolute baller gimmick that if you get the other model kits, Heat Metal, Lunar Trigger, you can actually like the pieces come like in half, like with the action pose, you can slide them halfway, but you can actually take them fully apart, and then you've just got the two halves that you can stick together in whatever combination you like. So let's just pretend that the glare still isn't an issue and get stuck right into it. Sadly, not a Gundam, and also probably before they even start doing it, so no explanation on what parts we need. So we need C, A, and B. This is B2. Yep, B2. And then E1 is like the hands and the waist. I'm going to guess that is going to be this big green part, because we're looking at... Yeah, so we're building like one half of him at a time, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and then part 2 is E2 for the Joker half. A, the many generic parts used. Alright, you can actually see the two half bodies and how they slide and all that. That's really cool. Alright, so first up we need A5, 22, 29, and 20. We're going to put B2 to the side for now since we're working on guy. So 22, 20, and 29. These are all on pegs, so these don't need to be shaved, but the head ones do need to be shaved. I figured out a temporary alternative to fixing the since I haven't gone around to that yet, which is just play the music from the phone doing the camera on wireless headphones. I don't wear my headphones, so I cannot hear the audio or like the music you guys are hearing at all. That's something wrong with it. I do apologize. There's nothing I can do about that because I'm not aware of it. That's all, unless someone informs me. I just need to hope that it's all going well. But I trust. OBS says it's all going well. And I've done this a bunch of times before, so... Oh, it's not the maximum 5 bits. Love that. I just love the tiny double. Right? And A, we need 5. Oh, here it is. The red bug eyes. Okay. This is 4 and 25. This is... Oh, wait. Wait, no, 25. It's 4 and 5. So 5 is on this side, 4 is on this side. Got it. Oh, I see why I thought it said 25. There's the PS on the background. And because it's like transparent, it hit the light in such a way that I could see the bit. So when I saw the PS, I just saw the S next to the 5 and they kind of melded over each other. But because it was just a quick glance, it ended up looking like 25 to me. Razor. Right, I completely forgot. I will address it in a moment. But something very special is happening this stream in just a minute. Just realized I haven't cut nearly close enough. I need to do like the second cuts. So these nippers have been with me for years. It's gotten to the point where if you look really closely, actually see like dents in metal from how much plastic they've cut over the years. I joke that they are serrated. And while I will keep them and obviously take photos to show you guys like up close, and keep them just in case something, my dad was saying, oh, it might be possible to like file them, resharpen them or whatever. It is actively becoming harder to cut with these. It is time to say goodbye. And meet the new friend in our channel. My first God Hand set. So, these guys have been a good friend for a long time. And I don't want to be a hoarder, but I might keep them for sentimental reasons. But for now, it is time for them to retire from the field of battle. They may return someday. Till then, time for our new friend to take the stage. Show what he can do. I'm just gonna do the closer cuts closer to me so that I can like get clearer. Yeah, those cuts are so much easier to make. They're so much clearer. Much as I hate to say it, the red ones were definitely at the end of their life, to their road, you know? Obviously, it's wasteful to just throw them away, so I will see if it's possible to sharpen them or whatever, but given their condition, it is probably time for them to retire. And hey, you know what? I would say I've had those for like 5 years now. That's good value out of the product, you know? Also, I realized after the boss yesterday, I'm going to readdress this in Armored Core tomorrow. Because, like, I want to talk about it in an Armored Core stream, so if you're looking back over them, you get to see me talk about it. The wall, that boss, not only is it just, like, a good show of how evil FromSoft can be, with, like, the obvious strategy being that you just dodge his ram and counter, but no, it turns around during the ram, and all this other brutal stuff. But right after you beat it, you actually unlock the two, like, leg types best suited for beating. You get the quad legs and you get the tank leg. The tank legs are great at drifting, which would get around behind him really easily. And the quad legs do that hovering thing, which means you have amazing air time, which is perfect for getting in the correct angle to attack him, since if you're too low or too high, which you can't properly control since you can't hover with any other type of leg, it's a gamble on whether you'll get the hit in or not. They really said beat the boss and then we'll give you the weapon that makes it easy to beat. You know, not the weapon, the part. I will get stuff like the tank tread legs and all that, because those would be fun to play with and definitely do me well in some boss fights, especially since while I'm not the best at using the controls, and I will be definitely getting better over time, the drift is something I will be able to consistently do well, because I've noticed that I've drifted a few times well, even without the proper drift ability. So that's going to be nice to be able to properly implement and utilize. I will say, I prefer wired just because they can't run on a battery, but wireless does lots of nice things. My wireless headphones are like cheap, crappy ones. They're like bone conduction, so they are nice, but they are cheap, crappy ones at the end of the day. So like the pause button sometimes doesn't work, which sucks. But that's life, I suppose. If this build ends up taking 2 streams, I'm hoping it won't, but I have stuff to do today. I always do. I've been filling my schedule quite a lot. I'm definitely gonna be sad once I have less time to fill my schedule with stuff I enjoy. But this should just go in like this, but the shape seems almost correct for just the team. I think there's a part I need to shave down a little bit more. I'll just use the knife because I feel like the shaving isn't getting this part. That's the, but no, I don't think that's big enough to cause a problem. I don't know why it's kind of like off. Maybe I'm just putting it on at the wrong angle or something. Working with tiny parts is always the worst when you use the knife. Always gets me nervous, so I'm just going to use the razor. There we go. I feel like you also need to put the decal on first. It doesn't say in order. What is decal to? Decal to... Oh, yeah, no, you put on the decal first. Good thing I didn't get the part on then, because I would not have been able to get that back out. Also, I tried to fix up the pedals. So, oh sorry, no, the camera, so that it'll like move faster horizontally and slower vertically, because that was the issue I was having. There's only the one sensitivity setting. There's no X sensitivity, Y sensitivity. I'm gonna see if there's a mod for that or something. Or like some way to set that up on the controller. But you can only increase sensitivity. So right now it's increased a bit. So turning left and right will be faster, but in exchange, up and down will also be significantly boosted. Which will most certainly cause issues. Because my up and down, I mix them up and go too far and way too often. So I'm really bullying myself and putting myself in like the hardest situation to be learning it. Did I grab the wrong one or something? What is going on? Let's have it run like this, but that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't work. I'm gonna take out 4 and try that and just see if they like messed it up in the instruction manual or something. That would be kind of funny. Oh my god, these runners are, or like these nippers are so much stronger. They clean through it so much easier. It's so nice. They used to always be like a struggle, and that's why there'd always be so much strain. But now I'm playing around with God hands, new ones. So that's two things already making it feel so much better. You know, I might do a shoot with the Kamen Rider double belt with like this guy in front of it when he's finished. Like a photo or something to upload. I feel like that could be fun. I gotta get more into making thumbnails. No. I say that, but I've already got like 1,000 projects on my plate because I keep giving myself more. Do not let me get bored, I'll never get anything done. I give myself too many I actually have gotten a few things done. I'm very proud of them too. And I would love to show them off. And maybe I will. Also, I've got like half my new setup for the mecha stuff done. I got the chair. I'm going to show the chair today. No, we'll save it for tomorrow. But it's like not just for Armored Core. It'll work for anything. Honestly, it just work for chairs in general. If I have a commission, like a proper chair for Omega, it's definitely just going to be this chair, but like recolored or something. Maybe change the design around a little, just because it is a nice chair. Oh, I just thought of something I'm going to do. Oh, I just had a really cool idea. Okay. Oh no, where's my ideas document? I want to write that down. No, it doesn't work either in any direction. Really is meant to be this one. Love that my Spotify is currently playing, oh my god, it went in instant when I tried it this time. The red is like detailed kinda, you can't see it, but then it like plays with the silver well. Yeah, my Spotify's playing like the Kamen Rider, O. Kamen Rider O song. I need to learn how more of the show names are pronounced. Anyway, here's the idea thing. I'm just gonna quickly like... Oh wait, that's for a different thing. I'm just gonna open a new notepad and write it down. Okay, that's a potential idea. I'm not sure if I'll do that because I don't think it'll be as good as the... Alright, let's go back to work. Go, and then put that little bit come out here and tracks along here to the end. Up nicely, and there's half the head done. And I'm pretty sure there's like building two different versions. One where it's like solid and then one where it can be put onto the sliding parts. Either way, time to put C to the side for now. I actually like that it kind of looks like we're building it. Yeah, I love that you're like building it one side at a time. Like you're building Cyclone, then you're building the Joker half. And you just do that over and over until it's done. There's the parts, 27 and 28. I do have to say, while I get that it's probably for reasons to do with the design of stuff and like the layout of the runner, I'm not the hugest fan of like the parts not being in the order that they used. Like this head should be part 1 and 2, you know? Like it's a nothing issue, it's just a personal grievance. It's like, come on guys, just put it in order. Make it easier to keep track of as well, you know? Easier to see how far you are into a build and all that. Well, not really, because the different runners do stuff in different rates. Hmm? Oh, you want potato stick side? Give me a sec. Never mind. I was gonna do a joke. I thought that was an item of like potato chips in like VTube Studio as an item, but no, it's not there. Alright then, hope you go. Have a nice lunch. Yeah, there's no item for potato chips. I thought there was like a little like knockoff McDonald's fries. You know, like the little box you get them in. But no, there surprisingly isn't. There's like Monster Energy drink knockoffs and everything in there, but no fries. I'm gonna make a joke about I'm gonna have the fries, mohahaha, but no, there's none. I was looking around YouTube Studios, like assets that are already in there. There's no fries. It's so weird. I searched fries, nothing. I searched chips, nothing. I searched literally every item manually, nothing. I could have sworn there was, though. It's weird, it's weird. Alrighty then, I'll see you later, Sai. The one downside, the black parts, is that they're like the hardest to hide stress marks because you can't like try to minimize the impact of them. Stress marks come out white, it's so noticeable on black parts. You gotta be like careful in getting them away so you don't cause more permanent ones. But you also do really gotta get them away. At the same time, the black parts can work so well to accent everything else that like, you know, can't help but go, damn, that's kind of awesome. And this guy, thanks to Joker, the black parts are a majority. You know, like they're half of it. Guys, I said something funny. I said something relevant to the I still think, like, no matter how much Kamen Rider I watch, Gab is probably going to stay my favorite. I will be honest, I'm a filthy LARPer. Gab was my first series. Much as I love W, haven't seen it yet. There's like too many different things for me to see and do, you know? In the age of entertainment, you can't consume it all. But I know like a bunch of stuff about Double, and damn, is it cool. Whenever I play the Kamen Rider Minecraft mod, I always go for the Double stuff. Getting the most powerful, and the Prism Bicker still doesn't even function. Like, it's purely cosmetic, it still doesn't have its ability to be a shield. Other shields in the game work, but not the Prism Bicker. I still just love the sheer absurdity of Eternal and plugging in every single memory to a different, like, it's got 26 maximum drive slots all over his body. It's so stupid and I love it. And like this part, I just realized I forgot to grab B231. Go back and grab that, and then we put it all together. And a few pieces from A, and we can put the whole head together. On. There we go. Alrighty. B231. Oh, wrong way around. Go, and now 18 and 17 and 3. Three only having one connection point and none unnecessary. Very nice. Here's 18, 17. So parts that connect the head together. I'll probably give them the now count up your sins pose, as opposed to like the double henshin. Oh, sorry, like the double kick. Which, whoever came up with the idea of having them partially split, so one person kicks, then the other comes down for a second kick, like, props to you. That was a baller idea, and it came out awesome. I think silver and gold stress marks look the worst, because it's just like a black blotch on the part. It's the only time when it isn't white, and I accidentally screwed up and gave one there. Gyro, hey man, how you been doing? I hope you're doing well. Okay, well, hold on a second. These ones are like all connection points and covered over anyway. I need to worry about them having stress marks. This bottom one's the chip. Maybe that one matters, but the others don't. Actually, no, I think this is the back of the head. It really doesn't matter. Yeah, I really don't know how to avoid getting some level of stress mark on silver parts of the game. Like, even shaving it down. I haven't shaved that down fully, I've just shaved that down partially, but it turned from, like, silver to the black color comes from stress marks. I really don't know how to avoid putting a stress mark on silver and gold parts. I guess I would just have to buy the markers at some day, and then give it a little bit of silver or a little bit of gold to those parts to fix them. Yep, not even the knife can avoid it. Actually impossible. Calling shenanigans. Okay. Boom. Boom. Put the antlers on. Do we refer to them as antlers? I would probably refer to them as antlers personally. It's meant to be like a bug's antlers. No, some bugs refer to them as antennae, don't they? Antlers are for like Kamen Rider Kabuto, I guess. And decal 1 goes on, and that's so small I'm gonna have to put it on by hand. Can't rely on the little thing to grab it. Because they get stuck to it too easily. Stuck to my finger, I can get it off a lot easier than if it's stuck to that. There's got the little gem on there. Middle. Okay, that is the head finish. Next up is the body. First we do Philip's half. Is 33, 30, 26. And D2, 1. And D2, and I think it's like P2, are like the gold and the purple for their respective accent colors. Alrighty, 33. I found 26, so I'll get that off at least. There's 33. And now... Oh wait, also see 30. There's 30. That's the shoulder part. These parts all scare me. Like, all of the Philip or Kamen Rider Cyclone parts. Because they all are like a shiny green. That makes me feel like they have that same thing with all this like shiny stuff, but they're way harder to work with for like accidentally leaving marks and all that. And I'm pretty sure they are. I feel like my fears are not unjustified. Alrighty, just a little bit more and get started on the body. Alrighty. Got all these parts. Our peg goes downwards. This side first. Oh boy, how do I hold this? Then this goes over it. There we go. Attach, then I'll say, there we go, but not seem to want to. What is going on? Oh, okay. Bottom pegs were slightly tighter than the top pegs, so it was going off center. Alright. Go. I have to say it. Okay, specifically this part. Luckily, I'm pretty sure all the parts that are going to get stress marks on this piece won't be visible. It's like the top and bottom of it. I'm pretty sure only the front gets shown because it indents itself into the body. Ooh, flew off there. Yeah, this part's like a bit tough. But I want to do a cut that'll make a really bad stress mark on it. There's still a pretty bad stress mark on there. Love working with gold and silver parts. It's so cool, especially when they straight up suck sometimes, you know? Alright. Now, wet, dry it, and then apply the decal. Wet and dried, now the decal. And go for it. Once. Oh, okay, this one doesn't get a decal, only Joker does. That's a bit surprising, but alright. Okay, and now we get a 11, 13, and 14. And I think 12 is like on the waist. And so that's like how that all connects together. Yes, Kamen Rider Double to be specific. Cyclone Joker. The double driver is my favorite driver. So I will say the design of the Kamen Rider suit itself took a little bit of time to grow on me. As soon as I saw the scarf, I started loving it, but it's still like took a minute because it's a lot more simplistic than other suits, and I understood that was because of the whole gimmick of it. But like I'm comparing it to Geats and stuff, and those suits look awesome. Yeah, the suit has grown on me. I really like it now. That part prepared. Alrighty, one more little bit of the knife. There we go. All cleaned down. Well, I say cleaned down, it's more just gone down this. Okay. I am looking forward to the day where my setup gets better so I don't have the glare and the camera quality is better, because this sucks. It's gonna like cost a bunch to do that, and I don't want to be spending money on that. Around this way. Goes on here. This orientation goes on back, and there's like thing here and a little bit out here so that it got in nicely. There we go. And now we make the Joker half of the body. Oh yeah, like the chest, the lower torso is good as well. Much quicker though, because it doesn't waste time with too much. Okay, D3. I feel like that's D3. B1. Oh, I know. So D3 is the purple part. I'm silly. B1, 13, 33, and 14. Okay. 13, 14. And B2, 33. So we need to go back over. Honestly, I'm not sure why they put it into 2 runners for Joker, because Cyclone just has it in 1 big runner. I feel like they could have just done that. I'm pretty sure it's all the it's like all the same parts and stuff. Like mirrored. Actually, yeah, a lot of the base guys are like the exact same. It's only stuff like Skull, Fang, and the extremes that are different. Why aren't they literally just the same thing but with the color changed out so that the runners are all the same and easy to use and all that? Seems unnecessarily complicated to not just like mirror the runner and then change the colors, because the only different parts are the gold and the purple like detail pieces, and those are on separate runners already. I really don't understand why it's different pieces. It feels like a lot of extra work, and it's actively just annoying to deal with, so there's no benefit, only detriment. I also forgot to put my gloves in the wash. I might do that after today, and then not do another building stream until they are washed. And I have other games I want to play alongside, like just Armored Core. I want to play more Void of Lily and all that to try to get the other endings. But I'm 100% using a guide. I'm not doing that authentically. Way too much work. Like that. Okay. Yeah, I got some stress marks at the top. Can I cut those off? Hey, I cut one of them away. You know what, I might apply the decal while it's still on the runner, just to get for myself. Well, it's like a larger piece and all that. It's 8, right? Yeah. Actually, I would be concerned about damaging the decal while like scraping it. Clean things off. Probably not close because like it gets covered anyway, but there is still scraping to do to make sure it's flat and will fit in nicely. Alrighty then. Oh, put it on wrong. There we go. Now it's got black detailings and had the purple. Ah. Camera, can you work with me today, please? No, no, you can't. Alright. That's just life, I suppose. Boom, that looks good. Oh, hey, you can actually see the you can see the detail now, kind of. Way too low quality. Forgotten how bad it was until I started building Gundams for all this stuff. Alright. Larger side up the back, put this here. Alrighty, A19, D31, B30, B234, which is, yeah, that's just the neck. The completely unnecessary bit coming in from the side just to make it harder. No reason. And then, yep, there's 34. Wait a minute, 34. It's not even the same number of pieces on each thing. Otherwise, these would have the same number. Yeah, I've noticed they all have different numbers. I don't know why they've done that. Well, I guess it's because C has way more pieces since it's only one runner. D has two different runners, so it would have numbers be different than that. Yeah. The scraper somewhat scratched it. There we go. Larger part facing the back. Goes on that side, and it's upside down. There we go. Now we place this on it all. There we go, yeah. Now a 9, 12, and 10. Strength for the waist, but simply the lower body. I will say one funny thing about building these guys is that second snip that cut off the excess. Sometimes it shoots off and I'll be like finding that the Gundam days later. Or, you know, like the model kit. I just reminded that because the piece literally just did fly off. I'm gonna find that in like a couple days or something. Alrighty. There. Flips on over without. Now. $32, $39. $32 for cyclone side. Dark. do need to lock in on writing a bunch more stories for Omega, because like as much as I say I'm giving myself too many projects, that's one that's actually like super important to me. I'm not sure if I'll ever make it big and lots of people see the story, but I want to make it nonetheless. There's like a bunch of stuff I need to be working on for it. I don't just mean like outside stuff. I mean like in the story itself. There's a lot of plans that I have, but I have to turn a bunch of other stories to lead up to them first, and I just haven't been. Big roadblock is just in others, so I may have to start telling more in a non-visual novel format, so I don't need voice actors for it. Yeah. I was just saying, I know I give myself a lot of projects and then struggle to finish them all, but I really do want to continue writing stories, especially because like I have a bunch of stuff that I want to do, but it requires me to like tell a bunch of stories first. So for the time being, I may have to give up on the visual novel format just so that I can get the plot done and then adapt them to visual novels later. That was like always my original plan, especially for my Origins story, which is like a light novel. So I might have to like return to writing it all in light novel format. And then just add to it later, like turning to visual novel formats. Make visual novels where I can and all that, but actually get the story. And as I meet others, grow as a content creator, all that stuff, then I can start making the other stories that I want to make. I just don't have the ability to right now. Like lack of voice actors and all that. Lack of characters too. Like chapter 6 of Omega's Origins may actually end up being put on hold because one of the really important things for me is like the interaction between reading the series in release order and reading it in like canonical order. And something really like a lot of important stuff happens in chapter 6 of Origins that I want to co-align with like the release of a visual novel showing off some stuff, but it requires some time to pass. It requires more characters, more voice actors to be working with me and all that. And I say voice actors, but I really mean like I just want to make a bunch of friends, then us all just work together on it. And you can get the kit going up to be billowing in the wind and all that. Cool. There's the body. Now we work on Philip's arm. Which is all C except for the one part of D gold. So first up we need 13, 14, 15. Pretty long here. when it comes to the visual novel stuff, there's definitely also a cost incurred for artwork. Because, like, I can get free backgrounds for assets and stuff. But, like, the next visual novel I'm planning, that might not be the next one released, has, like, a new character in it. That's going to be, like, a permanent addition to the plotline and stuff. So I would want to be able to get like, a full, like, model of them so that I can get them in all different expressions in order to have them be a lot more expressive in the series since they'll be an important character, but that does come with, the cost of each YouTuber model. And while I'll rig it myself, and that'll help me get better at rigging and all that. Does not make the art any cheaper. Yep, that looks good to me. A little bit. Okay, 18. Oh. It goes all the way in and, like, even has the bit that gets really thin up to the part, but it doesn't actually attach to it. Seems a bit silly. That's like for two things, what the hell? Alright, I will enjoy this, Jara, and I hope you have a nice day, and whatever you're getting up to goes well. See you around, dude. Yep, this is character orientation. Plugs in here. Plugs over it. So. Now 16 and 17. These two here. Alrighty, there we go. One part done. Let's see. Take this one facing this way. Fit in the top facing this way. Fit in the bottom facing this way. Covers it over. Now we get a bunch of D parts. Like yellow, but honestly they're more of a gold. They're kind of a goldy yellowy color, I guess. First up, D2, 2 for the wrist. Then 1 and 2 from D1. For the shoulder. One runner down. I'm also just gonna grab one of the hands, and it's gonna be, you know, like pointing to a thing off screen. It's gonna be the one for the pose. Finally, 21. definitely going to be interesting. Sorry, I'm not talking enough. It's definitely going to be interesting going like back over series and seeing how things change. Because like in the Lego series, Omega's bike shows up. And while even in that series state it doesn't look like that exactly, I've already changed a few of my ideas for its design. And potentially I'm just like gonna have straight up have two different bikes. Sometimes I forget how long these take, because like we're an hour, nearly an hour and a half in, but we've also made lots of good progress. So there's a little line along this half of the forearm, and there's a gap in here that it slides into to make sure it's all lined up nice and correctly. Hand and the back of the hand plugged together. Then plug into the arm. Two gold halves stick together. And the green, almost visor looking parts gets plugged on like so. And this part is like two little pegs sticking out. That's on the bit here, which I just realized is potentially on backwards. Oops. Problem solved. There we go. Get that off to the side. Quickly just going to drop all the nubs and shavings into the box so it can be cleanly tipped into the recycling later. Alrighty. There we go. Now we do all that a second time for the Joker half, and then we make the legs, then make the waist, and then that's done. And there's also like the stand and the thing to make them separate and all that. Alrighty, one. Okay. I'm just gonna get like all the ones I need. Okay, I feel like that was all I needed out of. Oh, wait. Okay, what parts did I just get? Oh, I got the wrong parts now. One for the arms. So these are like for the legs. For now, then. Yeah, it's like all the rest of this run is just the arms, so I'll just honestly just take it all off. Oh, that's actually fun. Specific, like, count up your sins pose hand is separate from all the other hands. That's fun. And the hang. I will say, I'm very much looking forward to whatever it is that's going to be replacing the like the big Gundam unicorn. It's a shame that I'll never get to see unicorn and see it transform like in person. 9 years is a solid runtime, I will say. But honestly, like rather than get rid of that one, why not just set up the new one in like different places? Have more Gundam statues rather than only ever have. Well, I know there's more than one. There's like the F-93 new Gundam or whatever it is that's got the giant cannon over it at a different base. But like that's my point. Why not, instead of getting rid of one statue and getting another, why not just have more? I'm sure there'd be cost related things. But they can't just like straight up get rid of it and then not replace it. That's definitely like 100% off the table. It's a bigger deal if they were to do that. Become a bit of a landmark after all. It'll be interesting to know what they do with it though, because like, what do you even do with all that? Life-size Gundam. first I'm gonna get that. A few more pieces and I can build the entire next arm. One benefit of that separation, a lot quicker to build the arm thanks to them putting all the leg parts on one side and all the arm parts on the other. Yep, that's good. Alrighty, let's actually build it now. Goes in first. And this goes on the other side. I really feel like they could have just done it the same as they did before since it's a bit easier to understand, and then do a little graphic to show that we need a right. That's the pieces I was missing for the shoulders. D1, 1 and 2. There's the shoulder done. Lower arm. I've got a good thing I have a part separator. Oh, I put a lot of stress on that separator. Oh, I missed. Alrighty. This way. Now we put it back on. This on. Next part we'll need a decal. And the connection to the runner is on parts that get decaled over, so who cares if it gets a stress mark? Catcher on, that'll just make it easy to work with. Alright, there we go. And it's decal 11, and there's a specific way we put it on, so I've got to make sure to be careful about that, but I'm pretty sure I already know it. There we go, got the glare making me suffer again. Okay, there we go. Trying to see. Alright. It is on. There we go. Now it is time for the 2 legs, then the waist. Once again, it is all parts from D. Get all of those off. Foot obtained. One and three. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, this is the same parts I accidentally cut off. Thinking they were for Joker's arms. Let's fix up. Alrighty, let's put these together. Sharp drop off is on the top side. Curve on the bottom. Go. Now, 9 and 10. Here for the thighs. Alrighty. That is another piece. Head, one more to go, and we can put the thighs together. Then we'll just have the calves to go, and the knee. Put it all together, and we're all good to go. Go. Now we just need the calves and the knee, and we're done. That's 4, 5, 6, 11. Oh wait, 11, 12, 7, 8. Okay, that's a lot of pieces. It's 11 and 12. So that goes there. 12, it goes. 7 and 8. These two pieces here. Then 4, 5, 6. Oh wait, here's the pose for the. Oh wait, no, this is the same hand, but the one for the turn off your simple pose. Then we just need one more piece, and it's the last gold. Well, they call it yellow piece. That will be all of the leg. Let's make it all, and then let's prepare all the pieces and then put it all together. Honestly, the Elysius was a bit more of an extreme version of this, but I do like taking off all the pieces apart, placing them along like where they go on the sheet, and then just putting it all together. The Elysius was a bit more of an extreme version with me like taking pieces off and putting them in boxes that sort through that. But I will say I actually did a really good job of not mixing up the left and right parts for a lot of stuff. I know I like mixed up a few pieces along the way there, but I did a pretty good job overall, I would say. Quite proud of myself. Damn, it is a nice build. Definitely going to be a piece I enjoy showing off. Oh, the piece snapped off and didn't leave a stress mark. How nice. Very considerate of it. You know what? One of the whole points of me making all like the visual novels and stuff of Omega, a lot of the stuff with them will be like placeholder stuff. Like I did the art for the 9. Why can't I just do the art for the character myself and make the story myself and all? And then later on, when I can afford it, get like a top half model, I guess. That's all that's really needed to make them in a visual novel. Is the top half. I feel like that could be good. Really, the only thing that needs rigging is the head, just so it can have the different facial expressions and head angles and stuff. Hell, that might even be more complicated than necessary. I might be able to find like a character creator thing that lets me try out different expressions and just use that. One aspect of them will definitely need to be rigged and then animated and then exported as frame. Turn into a rampy animation, which requires you to do it frame by frame, but it's fine.
Then once you do it once, you can pull back on it. Any future things, and since they're an important character, it'll be worth doing. The knight, on the other hand, I'm not sure if that was worth all the effort for the swinging and stuff. Looks great and all, but that specific knight won't be showing up again. Fair enough, because while what that thing was will be showing up again, it'll be variants of it and done with proper art, hopefully. A little bit more. Which I'll need the knife for. Else? Yep. Grab the knife. Here we go. Boom. There we go. Have to work however I need it to, but I think it actually does work like that. I think that's how it's meant to go in. And build this thing. This way around. Plug it in here. And at the top, plugs in this star. There's a little bit of this side there. And line up the line bits in, line up the back of this. Connect that all in. Put together. Plug it all together. Oh, there we go. That looks a bit better. Go, there we have one of the feet, or one of the legs. Now we just gotta make other leg, and we're nearly done. It'll just be the waist and the belt and all that. Honestly, let's put the that for some reason. Prepare these pieces. There we go. There we go. Then 23, 4. B2, 32. Partly goes here. I'm putting them all in the correct orientation and everything, just cause. Boom. Boom. These two are the last piece. There's literally one piece left on that runner now, and it's the waist. Let's start preparing everything. Alright. Hey, Syro. I hope your lunch was nice. Yeah, I need to turn off pre-roll. I definitely don't like... That's the thing, pre-roll ads turn a lot of people away. So I definitely want to turn those off, because they really hurt you when you're in your smaller stages, you know? Well, you know how like when you first join a stream sometimes the ads will start like just as you click on? Those are called pre-roll ads. And a lot of people just don't bother with watching new people because they click on pre-roll ads and just click off to find someone else. They don't want to watch ads, they want to watch a person. So I think I turn them off, but at the same time I don't think I do. I think people have gone and stuff just when they join and all that, so who knows? I'll have to check. Was your lunch nice, Si? Hope it was. Gotta get like a subtitles bot too. I'm pretty sure I've wanted like my bookmarks to grab, but I just never have. Gotta sit down and do a few things today. Are you gonna have everything done in time, or are you gonna end up not being able to finish all the attacks you have planned? Why is it that whenever I get one of those like AI bots, they always come in pairs? They're like Sith. There's a rule of two. Student and a monster. I hope the screaming was like joking around and not like a bad thing. Good to hear that you're ready and you're gonna get everything done. That's always a good opportunity. Alrighty. For a streamer talk about timeout, he said timeout shouldn't be banned with 5 minutes time. A person will get 5 minutes of. If you want to continue watching, you have to watch 5 minutes of ads as punishment for your bad behavior. That is vile. It's also not very effective because, you know, the person can just leave it on in the background and go do other stuff for a bit. Yep, these are backwards, dang it. I think you forget that you'd be the one going through that. I just constantly time you out. Instead of having to get the hose whenever you slip up, I'll just time you out and you gotta watch 5 minutes of ads to be allowed back in. Set up an Elgato streaming thing. Have a button that specifically just sends Sai to watch 5 minutes of ads. I certainly do that. You can set up your phone as an Elgato device. It's going to be operational during like these sort of streams because my phone's up there being the camera. But it would work. Alrighty, there we go. The other leg's all ready. I might have them on the body that's... Oh, it's if it allows for me to like... No, because the head is solid on that, so I won't be able to do the pose. I was gonna say, if it would let me do the count up your sins pose, just so that like it's already on that body if I want to do that, but it wouldn't let me because it doesn't let the neck or anything. Okay. Go. Now we have that. Well, hopefully he's back soon for that, so you can relax and have to worry about getting rice. Go. And last purple piece gets a decal over it. Toto is doing very good spirits recently, which is very good to see. Happy to see. I was watching a show with my dad yesterday, and just I was on one couch, he was on the other, and Toto just came and cuddled up on top of me. Like I was lying down, she was up on my stomach. Very cute. So, I'll gonna be taking her out for WALK later. I genuinely can't say the word out of risk of her hearing. Silly wee thing. Are there like two different designs on whether you put this on? That is interesting. Bug. Oops. Friend did me a... Oh, did you finally get a Fursona Sai? Friend did one for you, that's nice. There we go, falls the right way. Alright, I'm gonna go toss these into the box as well, all these nubs and bits, and then we'll be on to the last part of the build. Here we are. There's like a good bit left if we're wanting to like do some of the other builds. I'm gonna make the parts for this, like prepare these bits and whatnot, but I'm not gonna build them up. But yeah, like you really can just take one half off and put another half on. It's really cool. Alrighty. So this is all A apart from 34, 40, 27, 38. I mean, it probably would help a good bit. Alrighty. One more part, I realized. Actually, there's one more part. I thought that was all done. Alrighty, A, 15, and 20. And there's a belt going around, buckle and everything. Oh, look at that. It's like all on connection points, so you don't need to shave anything. Lovely stuff right there. Don't worry, Si, I'm always trying to keep track of my posture, especially because I kind of got to lean forward a bit to like be working in camera and stuff. That's why I'm pulling them off screen a lot. My posture is being properly tended to as much as I reasonably can. As for hydration, that is a good point. I will take a drink in a moment. Yeah, same. So I'm always trying to be more careful about it, you know? It'll definitely be good once you have like a proper setup so that you have a tablet and then the screen in front of you as opposed to the screen and tablet below, so you gotta like lean over and do stuff. You can just draw and it'll show up on the screen. And eventually you'll get the muscle memory to not need to be looking down. We'll just put you on to play Osu for a bit and you'll get the muscle memory down. There we go, and now A1. Oh, no, A2, so it's just A6. And go to sleep, head. Boom, and boom. Boom. The spot for the belt of the driver and the belt and all. Hey, there it is. Okay. Now, 1, 2, and 6. Alright, well, I hope your work goes well, Si. You're able to rest well afterwards. Things getting hectic over in your art fight team. Well, that can be a lot of fun too, so I hope it is the fun kind of crazy team. Alrighty. Yes. Finally, on the base belt. We want bloodshed. Things are getting chaotic over there. There's like two different versions, or two different ways to make the driver, but this way is the interactive one that actually put them in. This one's blocked for some reason. I'm not sure why. Alright, so see you later. Hope you have a nice day. There we go. Yep. That part repaired. I believe this is the last part then, so I just need to check that other one. Thought I might have found a spot I missed or something. Alrighty, there we go. Now then, we've got a bunch of decals to put on first, and there's actually 2 more pieces to grab. Grab those. We're gonna start applying decals. Then we are going to be nice and done. I need out of those 2 runners. All grabbed. Now let's save it all down, make it all look nice, and then put it all together. That up there because it comes later. Alrighty, put the decals on, then the red parts need decals on them too, because they're not supposed to be purely red, there's also silver bits. Go, and now start applying all those L's. Alright, we use 14 and 12, 15, 13. There are 2 instances of 14 and 15, and 12 and 13. I wonder why. They are the exact same piece, otherwise they would be designated differently. The other side. One more decal. Cyclone Joker decal. The lights in the that green purple color. That's just the best we're gonna get, I suppose. Alright. Put it together. What we put on the halves. Put on middle section. Now then, I lost cyclone. I genuinely let it cyclone go. Did I knock it off and it's so small I didn't even like notice? Dang it. Not an ideal situation to be in. Anyway, we'll put in Joker for now. Yeah, I'm gonna quickly turn my light on, take a little look around and try to find it. I mean, it's It shouldn't be too hard to find. But it's also very small. Oh, found it. Boom. This is why I love this driver. It's just so... Unfortunately, this one doesn't have gears like the actual toy, so it doesn't turn. But now... Oh, a bit wibbly wobbly here. Gonna quickly get rid of all these pieces. Hubs and stuff. That's what I was forgetting. Where is it? There it is. That's why the maximum drive thing is in 2 pieces. Is there any explanation over here? No, just put them together and slap it on. Could have just been 1 piece. Oh no, because it's got like the inside and the outside. No, because they did that for the driver itself. Clearly they could have. Now, inside maximum drive. Put them together. Go together. Oh, it goes this way. Bad. Go. This side goes in here, and now we have the maximum drive slot. They can take out the memory. Good angle, just gonna use the out. Memory into boom, maximum drive Joker. Then part here is to plug into. Then we make the kick form, which like I'm not going to be using, but I'm going to build it. Just in case I ever want it, you know? Alright, there we go. Now we wet dry this entire thing. It's kind of crazy. The other one. Then dry them. Alright, there we go. Now we put the decals on. And that'll work nicely. So, this side takes 5 and 7. Five. Place it slightly over. Now I gotta peel the whole thing off. Without tearing it. Oh yeah, it tore, dang it. Now it's all rolled up and stuff. Alright, I'm flying the other one by hand because it's... Yeah. There we go. Might take off and reapply the other bit just so the breaks and so obvious. Nope, it's not coming off. Alright. I hate giant decals so much. Mess up even slightly and everything gets ruined. So difficult to undo. Go. Now let's hope we do this other side a bit better. Right, there we go. Sides click together. Slide. Catch back up and stuff. Yeah, okay, that works. And the fact that this one's all busted up, it doesn't really show because it gets covered by the other one. That's good. Alright. I'm happy with how that came out then. And the last thing to build will be a stem. I'm not going to worry about stress marks with this one. The stand, I'm just going to get done. It's also like a solid stand. You can put in any type of plug, and there's heaps of plug-in points all over it. It's awesome. Alrighty. Five. Six. Two. And finally, 3. All sorts of little extra pieces. Well, this is a base connector, but these little things I don't know what they're for. Now then, this one. Look, it shows it going on like this, but it actually have to go on like this. Unless it's talking about it like this. Okay. Dang it. Oh no. Part separator, please work. Here we go. Alright, needs to be up a little bit high. That's a bit off the ground. Okay, there we go. Okay. So we need... This is like the height difference we were working. I need to fix. Bit. Okay, like, obviously this needs to come down one. It seems to be fixed. Okay. Yeah, there we go. But it's like leaning back a bit. Feels like it needs to be a bit more forward. Okay, so can't go up any. Oh wow, I really messed that up. Yeah, this is like having them up in the air only, I suppose. Doesn't really work in any other fashion. Hold on. No, it's not able to do. If it was like a small turn, it'd be possible. Oh well, guess we'll just be like slightly lean, I guess. Alrighty. Turns, puts his arm back. And on the driver. Turn the head. I'm gonna get up the reference. Oh yeah, here's the reference. Alrighty then. Boom. Perfect. Super happy with that, and I'm definitely going to get him posed up with the driver later. But for now, must be off. So I shall see you all some point in the future. Hope you're all doing well. And bye bye. See you for more Armored Core 6 tomorrow. See ya.